Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today, and oh boy, how the tables have turned in this one. So it is titled, My Crush Who Rejected Me in My 20s Begs for a Relationship Now That She is 35. And I have said this, guys, if you're a man and you make something of yourself by the time you're older, by the time you're out of your 20s, you can set your watch to these types of conversations. Okay, set your watch and just watch back and check out as the "Hey stranger" texts roll in from the women who once rejected you. And to be honest, in these situations, guys, I don't hold it against men to say, you know what, I'm not going to bother with these women. They never wanted me in the first place, right? They were never interested in the guys. And now the only reason they're interested is because they're looking for a retirement plan. Okay, what's the saying? If she doesn't want you in her prime, do not accept her in her decline, is what I've been seeing lying around out there lately, and I can't help but agree with that. Okay, I wish a lot more dudes had the self-respect to say, hey, I'm not going to deal with this. These women never wanted me in the first place. I'm not going to tolerate it. And thankfully, a lot more guys these days are saying, no, thank you. Now, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. I'll probably be resuming TikTok reaction videos on this channel at some point quite soon. I'm nearly there mentally. A lot of the women, they're hard to listen to, but just wanted to make a bit of an announcement there. Let's jump into this story. So he says, back then, I was just a friend. I am 36 now, and I'll be honest, I was never the guy that women were lining up for in my early 20s. At the time, I had a huge crush on this girl named Leia. We met through mutual friends at university, and we hung out in the same circle for a couple of years. She was everything I liked. She was funny, she was sharp, she was beautiful, and she was confident. Okay. We would talk for hours. We would grab drinks together, even went on what I thought were dates, though she never officially called them that. At one point, I worked up the nerve to tell her how I felt. Her response was this: "You are such a great guy, but I just don't see you that way." I swallowed it with a smile and the standard "I understand," but inside it hit hard. So before we even continue on with the story, guys, this is what a lot of men don't understand, okay? They think that, oh, because we're talking so much, we're spending so much time together, she's smiling at me, we're doing activities together, that means that she's interested in me. And that's just not the case whatsoever. It really isn't. A lot of guys just cannot tell the damn difference, and it kind of frustrates me a little bit, but a lot of them don't know any better. Guys, women will talk to you for hours. They will take your attention, they will take your validation, they will take your time for free and absolutely say nothing about it, even though they have no interest in you whatsoever. It's kind of it's kind of like how men, right? Men will hook up with women. They will have bedroom fun with women, even though they might have no interest in having a relationship with them. It's kind of like the flip side of that, guys. Women will absolutely use you for your free attention. They will use you for your free validation and your time and all of this, even if they're not interested in you. And this is a trap that a lot of guys fall into. I could rant about that for a while, get into the nuances of that, but let's just continue. He says, she wanted the exciting life. After that, we stayed loosely in touch. Again, I don't know why you would stay in touch with her. He says, I saw her date a string of guys, usually older guys, more spontaneous, or the stereotypical bad boy types. She would post photos of getaways, concerts, and rooftop bars. I kept to myself and worked on building my career. I eventually got into tech sales. I started earning good money, and I bought my first home at 30. So this guy's doing quite well, guys, right? Especially considering the housing market at the moment. Houses are ridiculously expensive. Buying your first home at 30, fair enough. Good on him, okay? And he started to make the money. He kept building his career. So this is, again, a trend that happens to a lot of guys. While the women are going out there screwing around, getting in debt, hooking up with random dudes, risking having children with random dudes. I mean, I could make a whole list of the dumb crap they're doing, right? While the women are out there doing that, a lot of guys are working on themselves or working on their careers, like in a very literal sense. When I say working on themselves, I mean hitting the gym oftentimes, trying to make money, trying to start their businesses, and quite a few of these men succeed. Okay. And so by the time these dudes are in their 30s, they put in the work into themselves and so on. Then all of a sudden you'll get the hey stranger messages. He says, meanwhile, Leia was constantly finding herself. One year she moved overseas to see the world. The next she was starting a business. Then she was starting a yoga retreat, but nothing ever seemed to stick. A few months ago, I got a DM from her. It had been maybe 5 years since we'd last messaged. She said she was back in town and wanted to catch up. Curious, I agreed. We met up, and right away I noticed the shift. She was still attractive, no doubt, but something was different. The spark in her eyes was dimmer. She seemed tired. We talked about life. She asked if I was seeing anyone. I told her I'd had a few relationships, nothing serious lately, and that's when she'd opened up. So the reason why the woman is asking to meet up with you now is she wants to see, is this guy a good simp, right? Is he going to put up with my past? Is he going to be willing to provide for me? And how much do I need to give this guy in order to get provisioning from him? Okay. Can I just marry him and treat him like crap? Do I really have to hook up with him, or can I pull the whole headache routine indefinitely? What kind of leeway do I have to give this man in order to weasel my way back into his life so that he can act as my retirement plan, at least until maybe I can rob him when I divorce him? That's what this really is. Like, these are not innocent little coffee dates where the woman wants to catch up with you guys. This is essentially a proxy, right? And like, it sounds like I'm insane. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like I'm just off the wall here, making no sense. But please understand, guys, this is a very deliberate thing that women do, and it's to gauge whether or not they can come back into your life, and in what capacity can they do it. It's actually really malicious, in my opinion. I think it's quite predatory when you sit down and you actually think about it. He says, the real reason she reached out, Leia admitted, or Leah, whatever, admitted that in her 20s, she chased a lifestyle. The men she dated were exciting, but they were never serious. She always thought that she had time, that when she was ready, she would settle down and things would fall into place. Now, at 35, most of her friends were married. Some of them were with kids, and she felt left behind. The men she meets on dating apps either want someone younger or are not interested in commitment. She told me I was the one guy she regretted pushing away because I was genuine and I would have been a great husband. Again, these sorts of things, they actually come across as insults to me at this point, okay? When women say crap like this, some guys will be naive and they'll think that it's a good thing. Oh, your boyfriend material. You would have been a great husband. You're such a genuine, stable man. These are actually insults in a certain way, because she never wanted you, like she never actually wanted you. She never desired you. This essentially means you're a good simp, right? You're a good guy, a good provider man. That's really what it means. And it's really insulting, to be honest. He says, I listened, but I didn't budge. I didn't gloat. I wasn't cruel. I just nodded and let her talk, but I could feel it in my chest, a quiet sense of closure. He says, she asked if we could try again. There it is. She said that she'd changed, that she wanted stability now, someone to build with. She told me she couldn't stop thinking about how things might have been different if she'd chosen me back then. I told her I appreciate the honesty and I meant it, but I also told her that I wasn't the same person anymore either. This kind of language is really disgusting. Have you guys ever seen this where like women will say, oh, I'm looking for somebody to build with? Translation, I am looking for somebody to pay my bills. I'm looking for someone I can spend time with. I can watch his income grow as he puts the hard work into his business, and I can benefit from it. Like, these women, please understand, guys, when you have these women in your lives, they do nothing to help you on a business level. They don't help you make more money. They don't help you succeed. They just want the benefits of you building and you doing all of the work. That's really what it is. Like, this word right here, build, you might as well replace that with, she wants your finances. Okay? Like, you think that these women are going to help you in a business sense? You are typically sorely mistaken, my friend. I've seen so many videos where women downright insist that they are the reason why their husbands are successful, and I'm telling you it's not true. You go out there and you talk to these men who have become successful, And usually they're successful in spite of their wives and ex-wives. A lot of these guys would have been way more successful if they didn't have to cater towards crazy women the entire damn time. And women absolutely eat it up, right? Whenever some dude is like, yeah, I never would have been where I was without my wife, they eat that crap up because they're like, yeah, me too. I'm so good for a man, right? The reason why he's a millionaire is because I was by his side. It's like, no, that is not the reason why the man is successful. Very, very rare cases is that actually the case. And women, they always think that they're the exception. Like every single time. If there's like a 1% chance, they're always like, yeah, I'm the 1%. Completely clueless. Completely clueless. Anyway, rant aside, let's continue. He says, in my 20s, I would have said yes in a heartbeat, but the truth is, I have grown. I have built a life that doesn't orbit around someone who only values me once the other options disappear. I didn't spend the last decade of working on myself just to become someone's plan B. She looked crushed. She said that she understood, but I could see it in her eyes. She had counted on me being the same lovesick guy that I once was. We hugged goodbye, and that was the last time we spoke. He says, it's funny how life works. Sometimes the people who rejected you come back when they realize the grass was not greener. But by then, you've outgrown the version of yourself that once needed their validation. If someone doesn't value you at your core when you have nothing flashy to offer, they do not deserve you when you've built something real. He says, never wait around hoping that someone will come to their senses. Build your life. Someone who sees your worth from the start will be there without needing a second chance. I mean, okay, fair enough. But at the end of the day, hilarious story, right, guys? Like, again, I don't feel empathy for the women who put themselves in these situations whatsoever. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.